Bhagwan Shiva said, O Devi, listen, now I tell about the knowledge which resides in the body and by the mere knowledge of which one becomes omniscient. The science of Swarodaya should not be imparted to all and sundry who happen to ask for it, but it should be mastered by one's own self, by one's own intellect and his own body. Neither there ever had been nor there ever would be an auspicious moment for it. When the pure strength of the Swara is available, all results are auspicious. The manifest and the formless become auspicious only on the strength of the value. O Parvati of beautiful face, some say that the knowledge of Swaras alone gives auspicious results. The part and the whole of the universe are made up of Swaras. The creator and destroyer of the universe is really the Swara in the form of Maheshwar. The moon resides in the Ida, the sun in the Pingala, and the Hansa in the Sunsuma. This Hansa is Shambho. Thus Hansa, in the form of Shiva Shambho, resides in the Susuma. The process of exhalation is said to contain the alphabet Ha, and the inhalation contains the alphabet Sa. Hakara, the alphabet Ha, is the form of Shiva, and the Sakara, the alphabet Sa, is the form of Shakti. When the breathing is in the process of Sakara, inhalation, and if a wise man gives charity at that very moment, then that charity bestows a millionfold auspicious fruits to the giver in his very lifetime. A yogi of concentrated and composed mind should see only through this path and regarding everything contained only in the path of the moon and the sun, the paths of the flow of the wind through Ida and Pingala respectively. One should concentrate upon the elements only when his mind is composed and undisturbed. Thus he achieves the desired results, benefits and victory. One should not concentrate upon them in a disturbed state of mind. Mastery over the knowledge of past present comes to one who practices through the moon and sun Swara. The left Nadi, Ida, is nectar-like, Amrit Swarupa, and supports the entire world. The right Nadi, Pingala, always creates the entire world. The Nadi in the middle, Sunsumana, is cruel and inauspicious for all occasions, while the left Nadi is always auspicious and bestows fructification of all actions. The left Nadi is auspicious at the time of proceeding for a work, while the right is auspicious on the return. Therefore, one should always consider the moon as even and virtuous, and the sun as uneven and non-virtuous. The moon is a female, the sun is a male. The complexion of the moon is fair, and that of the sun dark. When the moon Nadi Ida is flowing, then good and admirable works should be undertaken. When the sun Nadi Pingala or the right nostril is flowing, then cruel and daring works should be undertaken. When Susuma is flowing, then amorous, sexual and such acts which lead to emancipation should be undertaken. On the first day of the dark fortnight, the sun Swara, the right nostril flows, and the moon Swara, the left nostril flows on the first day of the lighted fortnight. These Swaras remain powerful on the first 3 days of their respective fortnights. Beginning with the moon Swara in the lighted fortnight and sun in the dark fortnight, these Swaras alternate during 24 hours of the day and night at the rate of 2.5 gatis each. Each Swara alternates 24 times in one day and night. And in each of these 2.5 gatis, each of the elements rules for half a gati during the reign of the flow of the sun or moon Swara. If the Swaras flow against the specification for each of the fortnights, by example, if instead of the moon Swara the sun is flowing and vice versa, then it must be regarded as inauspicious and therefore should be avoided. The yogi should, with concentrated mind, know the moon Swara on the first day of the lighted fortnight and the sun Swara on the first day of the dark fortnight. The moon Swara should be avoided in the night and the sun Swara in the day. One who practices in this manner is really a yogi. There is no doubt about it. The sun is bound by the sun Swara and the moon by the moon Swara. One who knows this can captivate the 3 worlds in a moment. If the sun Swara rises at the time of the moon Swara, but sets at its own time, at the time of the Sanswara, then various groups of qualities auspicious arise. If the condition is contrary to this, it should be avoided. On Thursday, Friday, Wednesday and Monday, the left nadi flows of the left nostril is auspicious for all occasions, and in the lighted fortnight it is all the more effective. For roving business, works which require movement from one place to another, the right nadi flow of the right nostril should be considered favorable on Sunday, Tuesday and Saturday. It becomes all the more effective in the dark fortnight. The order of the prevalence of the elements is as follows. First of all, the Vayu element flows, followed by the Agni, Prithvi, Jal and Akash respectively. In a period of 2.5 gatis, all the elements rule successively in the order enumerated previously, but also during the flow of each nadi, the 5 elements flow in the same order. At the middle of a day and night, one should know 12 transitional points, from one zodiacal point to another, between the sun and moon. During the daytime, the transition of the moon occurs from Vrasha to Karka, Kanya, Vrashika, Makara and Mina respectively. The transition of sun should be known from Mesa to Simha, Kumbha, Tula, Mithuna and Danu. In this manner, one should determine the auspicious and inauspicious nature from the rising and setting of the zodiacal signs. The moon stays in the east and north, while the sun in the south and west. When the right nostril is flowing, one should avoid going to the south and west. One should not go to the east and north during the flow of the left nostril. If he goes in these directions, then there is an apprehension of fear from the enemy, and if one consists on going, he would never return. Therefore, sensible persons who think of the benefit of all should not go in the directions prohibited above. If they would go, they may meet death. If on the second day of the lighted fortnight there is Moonswara at the time of the flow of the sun, then it is beneficial for the person. If he undertakes sober and pious works on such an occasion, he will derive much pleasure and benefit out of it. If a war begins under the earth element, then the results would be equal for both parties. If it begins under the water element, then the person who starts would win. If it begins under the fire element, then one who started it would meet his destruction. And if it begins under the Akash element, then he would die in the war. If at the time of a question, due to the same reason or mere complaisance, one is not able to get a knowledge of the Swaras, then a sensible person should act as follows. He should drop a flower on the ground with a clear heart. If the flower falls on the ground by its face, the results would be success, and if it falls a little distance away on its sides, then the result would be failure for the questioner. If a person, while either standing or sitting, exhales his pranavayu with a clear heart, then all his works would be successful. Various kinds of deadly weapons, serpents, disease, enemy or robbers cannot damage a person whose pranavayu is at the time in a vacant place. The person should make the vayu still within his organism, then start it also from within his organism and enter into gambling in the same state. He will definitely win. At the time of getting out of the bed in the morning, one should touch his mouth by the palm of that hand whose side of the swara is running at the moment. One who does so obtains desired results. While giving or accepting charity, if one does so with the same hand whose swara is running, or if at the time of going out of his house pats that foot forward whose swara is running, then he does not meet loss, conflict or attack of the enemy. On the other hand, by doing so, he remains free of all troubles. If one wants to get his objectives fulfilled by his preceptor, relatives, king or his minister, then he should do so by taking some fruits in his hand. Thus his desire would get full fruits. While lighting fire, performing unrighteous actions like theft or righteous actions like punishing the opponents, one should do so empty hands, only with the knowledge of Swaras, and that will lead him to victory, comfort and success. Some say that one should proceed on a journey to some far-off place when the moon Swara is flowing, and to a nearby place under the sun Swara. Whatever benefits have been said above accrue at the time of war only if the respective Swaras are flowing in their full strength. If the flow of the Swara is zero, then according to Shiva the results are adverse. The bodies of all the jivas residing in the lokas, spreading from earth to Satyaloka, do not differ from the point of view of elements, but there is nadi differentiation in each case. 5 risings each have been located in each of the left and right sides. O my beauty, I will now tell you the eightfold science of tattvas, which please listen. First comes the counting of elements. Second is the sandhi, midpoint or junction, of the breathing. Third comes the signs of the swaras. Fourth is the location or place of the swaras. Fifth is the color of the elements. Sixth, the prana. Seventh, the taste difference. And the eighth, the symptoms of the movement. In this way, there are 8 types of pranas in all the moving and stationary creation. O Devi, there is no knowledge beyond the science of swaras. One should start the determination of the swaras always from the morning onward, because I thought the yogi talk about the actions depending on loss or delay of time, yet they have the capacity to recognize the elements. One should place both left and right thumbs on their respective ears, both the middle fingers on both the nostrils, the tarjanis on both the eyes, and the anamikas in the little fingers of both hands on the mouth. When one has done so as directed above, then the knowledge of the elements comes to him in the form of colors: yellow color for earth, white for water, red for fire, black for vayu, and spotted color for akash. Placing a mirror, one should throw his breath on it and try to see the form of the haze formed on it. Thus the pandits should know the predominating elements on the basis of the shape of the haze. If the haze so formed is square, like half moon, triangular, or dotted, then one should know it is the sign of the akash element. The taste of earth is sweet, of water saline, of fire bitter, of air sour, and of akash pungent. The length of swara of air element is 8 fingers, of fire element 4 fingers, of earth element 12 fingers, and that of water element 16 fingers. If the swara flows in the upward direction, it is indicative of death. If it flows in downward direction, it indicates tranquility. If it flows in an oblique manner, then one should do the acts of repulsing others, uchana, and if it flows in the middle, one should do the obstructing acts, stambhana. The effect of akash element is moderate in all kinds of works. When the earth element is dominant, then one should do stationary works. When water element is dominant, roving works can be done successfully. When the fire element is dominant, cruel works are successful, and when air element is dominant, the acts like uchana, repulsing others, and marana, killing others, are successful. No work should be done when the akash element is dominating, because everything draws a blank during its reign. However, yoga sadhana can be done during its dominance. The earth and water elements provide siddhi, success. Fire element provides death. The air element provides destruction or loss, and the akash element makes everything fruitful. So should such persons know who possess the knowledge of the tattvas. The earth element gives considerable success. The water element gives immediate profit. The air and fire elements provide loss, and the akash element makes things unsuccessful. When there is yellow color, the swara is moving consistently and with a moderate speed, with the heaviness of its sound experienced up to the chin, and which may be slightly worn, then one should know it to be the dominance of the earth element, which provides success in all kinds of stationary works. That which flows downwards, whose sound is heavy, which is fast in speed, may be slightly cold, and whose distance may be 16 fingers, should be known as the swara of water dominance, and under it one should do only auspicious works. One that moves in a circular form, which is slightly warm, whose color is red, whose distance is 4 fingers, and which flows in a upward direction, is the swara of fire element, and one should do only cruel works under it. One that is temperate, whose color is dark, which flows in an oblique direction, and whose distance is 8 fingers, should be known as the swara of air element, and only roving business are successful under it. The swara which flows with the qualities of all other elements should be known as that of akash element, and this is the swara which makes the objects of yogi successful. If the breathed air is passing through the central part of the nostril, it is indicative of the earth element. If it is through the lower part, it means water element. If it is through the topmost part, it means fire element. And if it is oblique through the sides, it means air element. If it is flowing in a rotating manner, it indicates the akash element. The color of water is white, of earth yellow, of fire red, of air blue, and of the Akash like the color of the clouds. The fire element resides on both the shoulders, the air element at the root of the navel, the earth element in the thighs, the water element in the lowest part of the feet, and the Akash element in the forehead. If the earth element is dominating, then one will move in company of several persons. If the water and wind elements are dominating, he will move alone. When the fire element is dominating, he will move along with another person. Two persons would move together. And if the Akash element is dominating, then one would not move at all. When the right Swara is flowing, then in the fire element the Mars, in the earth element the Sun, in the water element the Saturn, and in the wind element the Rahu dominates. When the left Swara is flowing, then in the water element the Moon, in the earth element the Mercury, in the wind element the Jupiter, and in the fire element the Venus dominate. All these planets always dominate in all works under the respective Swaras and elements. Mercury resides in the earth, Moon in the water, Sun and Mars in the fire, Rahu and Saturn in the wind, and Jupiter in the Akash element. If Rahu is residing in the Sun Swara, right nostril flowing, and someone happens to ask a question about the whereabouts of a person who has gone to some other place, then he should be answered that the person in question has already moved to some other place from the place he had originally gone to. If the earth is raining, then the benefit or profit would come after a long time. If the water is raining, the benefit or profit would come almost immediately. If the wind is raining, then the quantum of benefit would be comparatively less. And if the fire is raining, then even a completed or successful work would be reversed or spoiled. There are 5 qualities of earth, 4 of water, 3 of fire, 2 of wind, and 1 of Akash. This is the knowledge of the Tattvas. Hissing, blowing, broken, and lying useless. This earth provides results in all the works according to its condition. Ganista, Rohini, Jyesta, Anuradha, Shravana, Abhijit, and Uttarasadana are the 7 lunar mansions of earth element. Purvasada, Aslesa, Mula, Ardra, Revati, Uttarbhadra, Pada, and Satabisha are the 7 lunar mansions of water element. Bharani, Kritika, Puisa, Maga, Purva Falguni, Purva Bhadrapada, and Swati are the 7 lunar mansions of fire element. Visakha, Uttar Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Purnavasu, Asvini, and Mrigasira are the 7 lunar mansions of the wind element. A yogi who stops the nadi which is flowing and also closing his mouth does not allow the air so stopped to escape through the mouth becomes young again even in his old age. One should stop with his fingers, his mouth, nose, eyes and ears, assume the Yoni Mudra, and know it as the rise of Tattvas and the pleasant Sammukhi Karma. This implies that a yogi can thus know in the word the form, movement, taste, region and symptoms of the elements and also the individual paths in the interactional process. Desireless and pure yogi should not worry about anything. By renunciation of desires, he can effortlessly obtain victory over death. The results of war, captivation of woman, pregnancy and disease all can be predicted to the precision of half a kala through the knowledge of swaras and the elements. One who keeps sitting at his place, takes little food, practices concentration and knows the Supreme Lord will obtain the knowledge of swaras.